Steph, thanks for clicking. This is my intro for the 8th round of Throwback 30. This is a Fantastic Ladies collab by Jessica Lee, and the reason this project keeps coming back year after year is because it's fantastic, and how could it fail when it is made up of 30 other Fantastic Ladies projects that all got voted into this one. This project starts today, and in this case, by today, I mean the day that I am filming. I am filming this on July 28th, and it goes through July 27th of next year. You're probably not going to see this video until at least tomorrow because there's going to be a lot of editing involved, and I don't think it's going to get done today. I'm not going to really spend any time talking about the individual products. As you can see, my case is overflowing with them, so I'm just going to introduce the 30 products for the 30 different projects. You don't necessarily have to roll everything in the beginning. That was the original intent of the project, but Jessica doesn't mind if you'd rather do it rolling in style instead. I'm going to go down the alphabetical list of projects. In the description box, you will find the names of the creators for all of those projects. The first one on the list is the 12 Days of Christmas. This project was themed around the song, The 12 Days of Christmas. The idea is that you would take each of the 12 lines and you would associate a product with it. It doesn't have prompts exactly, you just link it however you want to. I randomized one of the days of Christmas and I got 12 drummers drumming. And for that, I picked this Burt's Bees lip balm. It vaguely looks like a drum is what I'm going with. I have never used this before. I don't know if I can get this open. There we go. There it is, untouched, and my goal is going to be to finish this. The next project is 50 Shades of Black. That, of course, is for panning black things. This is the Marcel waterproof eyeliner in Midnight Black. My goal is just to use this 30 times. That shouldn't be that hard. I actually don't think I'm going to finish this in a year, which is why my goal is not to finish it, just to use it 30 times for the 30 projects in Throwback 30. So we'll see how long it takes me. It's probably going to be something like 2 or 3 months. The next one's 50 Shades of Brown. 50 Shades of Blue did not make the cut. This is a Franken bronzer. It is mostly the Tarte Amazonian Clay bronzer in Hotel Heiress, but there's a little bit of highlighter mixed in there to lighten it up a little bit. That's what it looks like, and my goal is to finish it. We'll see if I can do it. I don't wear bronzer all that often, so that actually is going to be a challenge for me. Next is 50 Shades of Green, and this is my Nature Lab Perfect Repair Shampoo. You might have deja vu because my goal was to finish this last year, and I did. I'm going to be finishing it again. I had a refill for it, so I filled it back up, and I've used it a little bit since refilling it, and I know I can finish this in a year because I did it last year. Next is 50 Shades of Pink, the original project. This is the Sally Hansen Hard as Nails Nail Strengthener. My goal is going to be to use this 30 times. I was in the habit of using products like this, and then I stopped, and I think my nails could benefit if I got back into the habit again, so 30 uses on the nail strengthener. 50 Shades of Purple for purple things. This is the Essie Expressi Quick Dry Nail Color in the shade IRL. It is a purple. It's right there right now, and my goal is just to use this 5 times. 50 Shades of Yellow or Gold is the last 50 Shades project on the list. This project was actually in here last year for a different prompt. This is my Lilo & Stitch Ohana palette. You might have guessed that this was coming. And the shade that I'm going to be going into is Paradise, and my goal is to use this yellowy gold shade 15 times. Next is 7 Deadly Pans, which is a project that was themed around the 7 deadly sins. I randomized one of the sins and I got gluttony, guilty. For that, I picked the Beauty Bakery The Chosen Bun palette. I thought a food-related item would work, and since this is cinnamon roll themed and cinnamon rolls have no real nutritional value, just a lot of cinnamon and sugar and tastiness, I thought this would work. It is an all-neutral palette, and my goal is going to be use the palette 30 times. It does not matter how many shades I use on a given day, it's just 30 looks with this palette. Next is a pan for Walt Disney, which is a project that I feel like I missed out on. I wanted to do it, but at the time I didn't have the bandwidth for it, and I wish I had because it looked like a lot of fun. But there were 100 different prompts. Each prompt was a Disney production of some kind. I think some of them were TV shows, some of them were movies that were like feature films, some of them were direct to Disney Channel. And I randomized one of the 100 prompts and I got Dinosaur. We had that movie on VHS and I've watched it several times. I think it was one of my youngest brother's favorites. There were a group of misfit dinosaurs trying to survive the end of the world caused by the meteorite that wiped out the dinosaurs. There were also lemurs, which is why I think he really liked it because he had a thing for lemurs. Anywho, Dinosaur is an oldest product. This is embarrassingly old, as you'll probably notice from the style of packaging. But this is the Bath & Body Works Shower Gel in Moonlight Path. It still has the larger cap because it's really old, and it's time. I've been hoarding it because it is my favorite scent, but it is time to use it up. My goal is to finish it. Next is Alice in Wonderpan. That had a series of prompts that were characters and quotes from the movie Alice in Wonderland. I randomized a prompt and I got Curiouser and Curiouser. and that is a product that you use in a way other than as intended. This is the Mented Skin Silk Powder in Light Tan, and I do use this as a face powder, but I'll also use it as an eyeshadow. I will reach for this as a blending type shade. I don't usually set my lids, but every once in a while I'll do an eye look where I'm really just wearing eyeliner, and in that case I'll put on eye primer, set it with this, and then put on the eyeliner. So that's how I'll use it in a way other than a face powder. My goal is to use this 30 times, whether it's as an eyeshadow or a face powder. Next is Beauty A to Z, and that is a project where you pick an item for every letter of the alphabet. I randomized a letter of the alphabet and I got L, and for that I picked the Lancome Lippy Doll Lip Shaper in the shade The Tea is Hot. There are 3 L's in there. My goal is to use this lip liner 30 times. Next is Birthstone Beauty, which is a project that was themed around the colors of the birthstones. I am a February baby, so my birthstone is amethyst, but I did amethyst in a past round of Throwback 30, so I wanted to do something different, and I randomized a different month. The one that I got is July. July's birthstone is ruby, and what I picked is this Common Panda hair wax in a red shade. It is still in the box. I have never used it, and this is a hate pan because I know that I do not like these. I've used them in other colors. It's more of a copper than a red. Oh well, we're gonna see if I can finish it. I don't know if I can or not. The next project is Child of the 80s, which has 80s themed prompts. I randomized a prompt and I gotta have more cowbell, and that is an integral part of your routine. An integral part of my routine is hygiene. I picked the Pacifica Pineapple Papaya Curl Love Shampoo. That is a lot of P's. My goal is to finish this. The next project is Clue's Special Panning Edition, and I feel like a real panner now. I have met goal on every prompt, rounds 1 through 3. Round 4 just started, so I haven't met goals on all the prompts yet. However, in Clue round 1, there was one prompt where I met goal, but I never guessed it. I won without needing to. So that's the prompt that I'm gonna roll in, and the prompt is the Lead Pipe, which is a pencil. This is the Billion Dollar Brows Universal Brow Pencil. It is completely untouched, and my goal is to finish it. Next is Disney Princess Roulette. That one has each of the Disney princesses listed, and each one has 2 colors assigned with her. I randomized a princess and I got Moana. Her colors are coral and tan. I picked something coral. This is the NARS blush in the shade Orgasm X. It is a coral blush with a goldish sheen to it, and my goal is to use this 30 times for Moana. Next is Face the Music. That project has approximately a bajillion and 4 different prompts that are mostly different songs. I randomized one and I got the song Flowers on the Wall by the Statler Brothers, and I'd never heard that song, so of course I went ahead and I listened to it, and it's pretty bluegrassy, which is why I'd never heard it before. That's not really my style. I would guess that the song might be from the mid-70s. I didn't actually check. I will say though that the lyrics were very poetic, so while it's not my style, I still liked the song, and I feel like my horizons have been expanded. Flowers on the Wall is represented by something with floral themed packaging or scent. This has both. This is the Bath & Body Works Ultra Shea Body Cream in the scent Moonlight Path, and my goal is going to be to finish this along with the body wash. Next is Gimme Da Glow, which is a project for things that are glowy. This is the Ella Lou's Sunriser Illuminating Face Primer in the shade Beamer. I have used a lot of it, and my goal is going to be to finish it. I have it marked, and we'll see how long that takes me. Next is I Heart the 90s, which has a list of prompts themed around the 90s. I randomized a prompt and felt like a fraud because I had to Google her. I was born in the late 80s and I still didn't know who Miss Cleo was, so sorry, but evidently Miss Cleo was a TV psychic back in the 90s. She's represented by a product that you feel is a ripoff, and I picked this Perfectly Posh Sleepy Sleep Skin Stick. It is supposed to help you sleep. I'm not convinced that it really does that, and I will be trying to finish this. There's actually not much left in here, apparently. That's less than I thought. So it shouldn't be that hard. My goal is to finish it. Next is Lip Service, which is for any type of lip product. This is the Urban Decay Ultimate Ozone Lip and Face Primer Pencil. It has apparently shrunk. I have not used this in a very long time, which is why I wanted to bring it in here, and my goal is going to be to finish it. Since I haven't used it in forever, I obviously don't need it, and I just want to get it out of my life. Next is Mean Girls quotes. There's a list of, I believe it's 10 different quotes from the movie. I can think of even more that didn't even make that list, but the quote that I randomized is, "Whatever, I'm getting cheese fries." That is a comfort item. I picked this Boesch Petty in a Box in Vitamin Recharge. It is a single-use item. It feels luxurious and nice to use it. No, I don't need it, but it is very comfortable and I feel very pampered when I do. So my goal is going to be use this up. Next is Nightmare Before Christmas, which is a project that you were to bring in both Halloween and Christmas themed items to match with the movie. And I decided to bring in a Halloween themed item this time. This is the Tony Moly Plumpkin Retinol Eye Cream. It is shaped like a pumpkin, which of course is classic Halloween decor, and it's also adorable. My goal is to finish this. I have not used it, and I'm excited to start. Next is Painter's Solitaire, and within Throwback 30, you can represent the projects any way you choose to. I decided that I'm actually going to play the game of this project. Painter's Solitaire is based on Pyramid Solitaire, and in Pyramid Solitaire, you have a pyramid with 7 levels. You have to match cards that add to 13 in order to clear them from the pyramid. Once cards have been cleared enough to completely reveal one of the cards below, you then have to match that card with something to make 13. With the panning version, you also have to meet a goal for each card before you can combine them and clear them. So I took the spreadsheet from the project that lists out all of the 52 cards, and I assigned a product to it that I wanted to use, which wasn't as hard as I thought, because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing this with low usage goals. It's going to be a usage goal of 3, except there are some single use items in there, so those obviously would just be 1 use. Once I listed them out, I had the spreadsheet shuffle them around to randomize them, so I no longer had any kind of pattern to what was assigned where, and I dealt out my pyramid, which looks like this. Luckily for me, 6 of the 7 cards on the bottom row will cancel each other out once I have met goal on the items assigned with them. So I didn't really need at this point to draw anything from the deck, especially since that one card that isn't going to be canceled will cancel with something that will be revealed on the second row. But I looked at the second row and I flipped through my draw pile looking for something that could cancel with the second row that I would need later, and before I found anything that did, I uncovered the King of Spades. The king is worth 13 points, so you don't need anything else to add to 13, and I actually don't really need to work on that card at all in order to win, but I decided to bring that in anyway. So, going from left to right along the bottom row of the pyramid, I'm going to go through which item I'm going to be working on for each card. All the way on the left is the 2 of clubs, so when I checked what the 2 of clubs is, it turns out that it's an eyeshadow from my Lilo & Stitch Ohana palette, and it is the shade White Sand. So I will be using that 3 times for the 2 of clubs. That'll be easy. Next one over is the Ace of Hearts, and that one is my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Mildew. Again, 3 uses on this eyeliner. Shouldn't be that hard. The Jack of Spades is the Perfectly Posh Zit Zapper. This one is a bit of a question mark because I need 3 uses on it, but I'm not going to use it if I don't need it. So we're going to see if I meet goal on it for next time. The 6 of Diamonds is the Jouer Powder Eyeshadow in the shade Chocolat. My goal is to use that 3 times. It's a really easy to wear shade. The 3 of Hearts is a product that's very new to me. It is the Haley's Resculpt Smoothing Contour Powder in the shade Light. I think I've used this once so far. My goal is going to be to use this 3 times. The 7 of Clubs is the Ardensian Monster Manuka Honey Enriched Pigment in the shade Sunday. It's a very nice shimmery color. I use this as an inner corner highlight sometimes or for halo looks, but 3 uses is achievable. Last card on the first row is the 10 of Clubs, and that is the Voesh Petty in a Box in Milk and Honey. So my goal is going to be to finish this. And then I don't really need to beat goal on the King of Spades, but why not? Turns out that that one is the Monster Manuka Honey Enriched Pigment in the shade Heaven. So I have 2 of these in here, and they do play together nicely. This is a darker shimmer. So I do like doing a halo with this and the other one, but 3 uses. I'll work on those, and in the first update, we're going to see what I've met goal on and find out what cancels, and then I will roll in whatever cards are then uncovered at that point. But that is how I'm going to be doing Painter's Solitaire project, and not everyone's going to be doing that one the same way. Same pan last year is themed around holidays, and there's kind of an optional guideline where it can be something that you got about a year ago. I'm not following that guideline. I did randomize a holiday and I got Valentine's Day, and I need to read you this prompt because it's too long for me to remember. Valentine's Day is a red item, a pink item, heart-shaped, or love-themed in any way you can relate to the theme. So, I picked something that is pink. It is the Bath & Body Works Fine Fragrance Mist in Sweet Summer Kiss. I live in the Northern Hemisphere, and here Valentine's Day is in the winter, so we're going to just ignore the word summer and say that since it is flowery and it has the word kiss and it is pink, it fits Valentine's Day. And my goal is going to be to finish it. I am down at that black mark, so I am hoping to finally finish this off. This was in a previous round of Throwback 30 where I failed to finish it, and I am trying again. Next is Skin is In, which is for any type of skincare item at all. Body care counts too. This is a white marble complexion bar. It is a face soap that is very cheap, and I think I got it from a hotel a very long time ago. My goal is going to be to finish it. Next is Star Wars Panning Saga. There were 2 projects, one for the original trilogy and one for the prequel trilogy. There was never one for the most recent trilogy. But I randomized a prompt from the original, and I got Darth Sidious. Darth Sidious is a recently dethroned or replaced Holy Grail, or will need to be replaced. You know, the evil emperor who needed to be replaced. And this is my Mellow Gel Liner in the shade Black. I have recently decided that I don't need to own a gel liner at all. I like the liquids better anyway. So I am actually going to try to finish this. I tried to finish it in 50 Shades of Black and failed. We're going to try again. I don't know if I can do it. I have used most of the product in here over the years that I've used it, but there's still some in the bottom and I don't know how long it's going to take. Next is That's Expensive, which is for expensive things. This is the Higher Education MBA Retinol Serum. It is the most expensive serum that I own, and it's not that crazy expensive, but it is the most expensive one I own. Also, an MBA and higher education are expensive. My goal is to finish this. I have never taken it out of the box, so I don't know how much is in here. There it is. We'll see how long it takes. I'm not going to be starting it quite yet. The next project is That's So 2000s, and I randomized the prompt Chunky Jewelry, which were very much in style in the 2000s. That's one that I actually didn't follow. I still liked the more delicate jewelry in that era, but I had to pick something that was chunky or bulky. This is the Pacifica Curl Care Conditioner in Pineapple Papaya. It is the matching conditioner for the shampoo that I brought in earlier, and it is kind of a bulky packaging at 8 ounces. It is one of the larger conditioners that I own, and my goal is going to be to finish it. The next project is Tiny Pans, and that was a previous Pan That Palette theme in which you panned your palette with the tiniest pans. This has been in Throwback 30 before too, and I used to use my Coastal Scents sample duo that had 2 tiny little pans of pink eyeshadow in it. I'm not rolling that in because I can't. Spoiler for the finale that I haven't filmed yet. This is now my smallest panned palette. This is from Ulta Beauty. I know other people have this. It was a gift with purchase a couple of years ago. I call it the Meet Me in the Moonlight palette because it says Meet Me in the Moonlight right there. I don't know if that's really what the palette's supposed to be called. My goal is to use this palette 30 times. It has 6 eyeshadows, 2 face products, a blush and a highlighter, and so that's 30 days of using this palette. I am counting the blush and highlighter as products. So any 30 times, whether it's an eyeshadow or a face product that I'm using. Turn and Burn is for things that are sample sized or things that are single use, things you'll go through quickly. I picked this Philosophy Purity Made Simple Pore Extractor Clay Mask. It's an itty bitty mask, and my goal is going to be to finish it. Last is Zodiac Panner. This project was themed around the 12 signs of the zodiac. Each of the signs has 1 or more colors affiliated with it. My sun sign is Pisces, but I met goal on Pisces in a previous round. My moon sign is Sagittarius, but I met goal on that in a previous round. And my rising sign is Gemini. I met goal on that last year. So I went to the internet and I brought up my star chart, and it told me that when I was born, the planets Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune were all in Capricorn. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I do know that Capricorn is represented by subdued dark green, gray, black, and brown. So, surprise, surprise, we're going into my Lilo & Stitch Ohana palette. This is the shade Bungalow. It is a mid-tone brown, and my goal is to finish it. So there's my intro. For the first update, I want to be able to reveal cards on my pyramid for Panner Solitaire. I also want to use the products for half of the projects. There are more than 30 products in here because of Panner Solitaire, but I want to be able to use at least 14 products from other projects than Panner Solitaire, if that makes sense. Wish me luck, good luck with your projects, and I will see you next month. Bye!